because when you land, you're supposed to like try to brace yourself. So I could not do that. So obviously I went tandem with one of the experienced divers there. And what he did was he kind of tied my legs so that when we're about to land, he would pull on the strap so that my legs don't drag on the grass on the floor. And then I put a whole bunch of pillows on my butt area so that I don't like scrape my butt going down. So yeah, if you look at the pictures, my butt was pretty big because we stuffed a couple pillows.
Oh, in your suit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. Bro, in the end of the day, what the fuck's gonna happen? You're gonna get more crippled? Fuck it. It's either gonna die or, you know what I mean? Let's do this. What's going on, everybody? My name is Professor Parks, and today I get the pleasure of hanging out with my pal, Alan Vuong. This guy has not let his disability hold him back in any way, shape, or form. He was in a car accident when he was younger. He was paralyzed C4, C5 area on your neck. He broke your neck there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And then ever since his accident, he's been to 29 different countries. He has a vlog talking about all the places that he's been, how accessible these things were, or how he had to make certain things accessible for him, and finding the best way to make his life easy. And honestly, being a wheelchair user myself, and any of the listeners out there that are also wheelchair users, it was such an incredible experience for me to just read what you had going on, man. Like, you have like 20 pages of just every single experience that you've been, a good couple pictures, and like, I don't know, I was really inspired by you, man. I really was.
Thank you.
So what happened with your accident exactly, with your car accident, if you want to explain that?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but me and a friend of mine and two girls left a house party on a Wednesday, April 15 in the morning. And there was a bunch of people at the house.
What year?
What's that?
What year was that?
1998.
98, okay.
Yeah, so just over 20 years ago. And yeah, we just left the house, kind of drunk and everything. So I remembered I had an exam to write in a few hours. So, I woke up at 8 a.m., around 8 or so. We're not really wake up, but we were like drinking until like 8 a.m. I realized I had an exam around either 11 or noon. So then I decided, like, okay, I got to leave this house, drop the girl off, go study, and then write my test at the university. And my buddy's like, no, you're kind of drunk. Maybe I should drive you. And and the other girl, home, and then I'll drive you to university and you can study, write your exam. But yeah, once we left the house, I guess the roads were a little bit wet or a little bit snowy, being in Calgary, and he hit the side of a bridge and the car rolled. I blacked out and went through one of the windows, which I'm not sure. Nobody remembers that part. And then a few seconds later, I woke up on the ground down the hill, yelling like, help me, I can't move, help me, someone help me. And then I just remember a stranger coming to help me. And then I blacked out again. And then when I woke up, I was in the ambulance, getting ready to go to the hospital.
Wow. So basically, it was just sort of like just a standard drunk driving situation. Went for a little roll there.
Yeah, I guess.
So when it came to the other passengers, what happened with the two girls and your buddy there?
Nothing.
My
buddy was driving, and then there was a girl beside him, and then I was behind the driver's side, and there was a girl beside me. Both of us at the back were not wearing seatbelts.
Okay. And she didn't get flung out the window. She just kind of, wow. Yeah, you know what, and that's sort of the I guess the luck of the draw, the unluck of the draw. Things like that happen, and yeah. So you ended up. How long were you in hospital for? You woke up. So you blacked out a couple of times. You woke up in hospital, and what happened there? What sort of happened with your journey there?
I was there for about 10 months.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I broke C4, C5, and then I didn't realize, I never knew anything about being a quadriplegic or anything. I didn't know anything about, being disabled and not being able to move and, have needing all this help. So it was all new to me.
Absolutely.
Like I didn't really know anybody in a wheelchair. Like I've seen people in wheelchairs before, but you don't really know their story and what they can and cannot do. So, and I was young, so you
How
know,
old were you? How old were you when that all happened?
I just turned 20 when it happened.
Okay, okay. So you guys were young, just started drinking. You're from Calgary, so 19 years old is drinking age. I'm sure you're already drinking before then anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So,
I was like partying for like at least 4 or 5 days straight.
wow, so you're on a bender. You're on a bender.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, so you were in the hospital for 10 months. It was just all about learning again, all about learning how to be in a wheelchair, be a quadriplegic, what's your skills, what life's going to be like, bowel and bladder program, all that stuff, right?
I had no idea about catheters,
Right,
suppositories,
right.
um, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, I need a lot of help being C4 and C5 complete. It's like a total life change.
No, it's a total life change. You don't see you. Where is your level of injury? It's usually around like the chest area, right? But you broke your C5.
Up by my neck.
Yeah. So you don't have any core strength really then, or how does that work out? Okay.
I don't. Like I can't even lean forward without help.
Okay.
Like I can't even dress myself.
Yeah.
I don't transfer by myself.
Okay.
So when I travel, I always have to bring someone strong because you can't really bring a giant Hoyer lift with you, right? So I try to stay on the thinner side and bring friends that are strong enough to lift me. Otherwise, we can't do anything.
Yeah, when I see you in these pictures, you always have at least one or two guys with you, and one or two like pretty good looking, pretty fit individuals. You know what I mean? Are these your buddies or these people that work with you?
No buddies. I just ask around or friends of friends. I'm like, hey, I'm on a trip. Like, and you guys want to go or you guys know anybody? I try to get friends or friends of friends and stuff.
Yeah, and like honestly, word of mouth, like who sometimes you never know who would want to go on a trip, right? Who's thinking about, fuck, I could really use a trip right now, and somebody like you just to give them a bit of a push, right? Like, and maybe they can give you a bit of a push, right? In real life, right? So I don't know, help you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and they, the friends that they just tell them like exactly what I need. So they have to be comfortable with lifting me and helping me with, all the other stuff because, I don't bring a caregiver or a nurse with me or anything.
Mhm.
So they'll have to help me with, suppositories, catheters, lifting, everything.
So
So
these
as
are
long as
like
they're,
really cool individuals then.
yeah,
Good, man. You
yeah,
built a good.
almost all of them are pretty comfortable with that. Obviously, those that aren't comfortable, I can't really bring them because, I can't really go a week or two without shitting or
Of
pooping
course.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
showers. So, so whoever is like really comfortable doing those personal care, then I'll bring them along.
Perfect, perfect. And honestly, you keep those people around you when it comes to, obviously people are allowed to not be comfortable with certain things, but when you find those individuals that are really there for you and are down to go into different countries with you and like do those types of things, help you, like that's really neat. That's a different bond you share with those people, and you visit certain things, right? You visit new things that you wouldn't have seen before at home, right?
Exactly.
So a
Yeah.
day in the life for Alan is just kind of relying a lot on other people, but keeping a happy face with it, making sure that
Yeah,
you
try to be as positive as possible.
good.
Yeah.
Good, man, good. I mean, you visited a lot of countries, man. And did you travel a lot prior to being
No, I
injured?
didn't. Before
Wow.
my injury, I only did one that I remember, like when I was 10 with my mom and my brothers, we went to San Francisco, while I was 10. Other than that, no. And then I realized, my mother passed away in 2005. And I realized like, wow, like I'm not going to really do anything. Maybe, I need to get out and do things. I don't want to be, because, I was depressed for the first few years because of my accident. I became a recluse and, kind of stayed home, kind of a hermit. because at the time of my injury, I was like party animal and
Oh yeah.
going out nonstop, and then I lost a lot of friends because of the injury, and then I just became self-conscious about my looks and everything, and didn't want to go out. And then after my mother passed away, I realized that maybe I should try to be more sociable, get out, do things, and then that's what happened.
Listen, man, we relate a lot. We relate a lot. My mother passed away when I was 18. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I was an absolute party animal. I'm talking fucking yayo, all the good crazy drugs, go drinking all the time. You couldn't stop me. You couldn't stop me. I was a fucking animal. And honestly, when this happened to me, I had an autoimmune disease. It's a very, very long story. But when this happened to me, it really gave me a flip the script to a whole new life. It was almost like I got to flip the coin and got myself a new life. And you take advantage of it, right? You see who is going to be with you for this long term. I dropped a fuck ton of people. A lot of these people are even to this day still partying. I've had 2 very close individuals pass away from drugs. You know what I mean? I look back at that like, fuck, that could have been me, right? Like that could have been you. You could have died. You could have died in doing these parties or whatever. You could have died in that car accident. But instead of I don't know, dwelling on it forever, you had your little time of depression, which is, of course, I did too. Everybody else does in these situations. But you did the same thing. You flipped the coin, and you're like, I'm gonna travel. You traveled now. That's so crazy. It's like when people think about people in wheelchairs, the one thing that they think about like that we can't do is like travel. Like, well, I wonder what they would be like there. You're a hermit. You gotta stay at home. All this stuff like that, bro. Like you really like. You're defying cripple laws right now, bro, and it's fucking sick.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good for you, man. So what was the very first trip you ever did?
Mexico in 2006. It was an all-inclusive. Because the first thing I had no idea. So I had a friend who was a travel agent. She booked a trip for me, made sure everything was accessible. I didn't have to worry about food or booking or anything. So she did everything for me, booked it, and 2006.
I think that's the most comfortable way to do it. You start with an all-inclusive little Mexico or like a Cuba situation, just to keep you chill and get you on a plane. Get you in a different atmosphere, get you around different people, right? And then you're like, okay, I can do this. Go to the same place again or something like that, right? Or like you go somewhere close, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was my very first trip.
Okay, so what sort of happened from there, man? Like you went from going and just kind of hanging out. Do you drink anymore?
Yeah, but in 2006 on my first trip I didn't.
Right.
I was like, hey, maybe I shouldn't drink because of my accent. For I think the first decade or so I didn't drink, but then I'm
understandable.
Like, maybe I'll just drink a little bit. It's not a big deal. At first it kind of traumatized me, like, hey, maybe I should do this. But then I realized like, no, it's not so bad. So it's not like I get totally plastered and totally drunk or anything, but a drink here or two nowadays is fine.
Yep. Are you on a medication at all, like pain meds at all?
I do. Not really pain meds, but spasm pills and for the catheter and bowel vitamins and stuff, but no pain meds.
Okay, that's lucky, man. I know that because with me that I experience a lot of pain. That's like my biggest thing. I wish if I had somebody come up to me and be like, I can take your pain away and but you'll be in a chair forever, or I can make you walk again but you'll still have this pain, I'd fucking take the chair every single time, dude. I really would. I can live in this chair, no problem. I'm happy in this. I'm content. I'm happy. It's just this pain is debilitating, right? So when I do drink, it kind of fires up my pain. Like it kind of makes my nerves fire up, right? Which is the whole reason of how you get drunk. Like your nerves go fucking brain. So, yeah, man, I'm glad that you sort of have adjusted a lot. You've adjusted a lot, bro, which is super cool. Like you've rode camels. You've done dune buggying. You've skydove, right? Like where did you did that in where? Vegas, right?
Yeah, skydiving in Vegas, yeah.
So tell me about Vegas. Tell me about Vegas, because I personally have read and heard that Vegas is like the wheelchair capital of the world, or like, you know what I mean?
It's really accessible.
Yeah.
I even, like most places I travel, I don't bother bringing my power chair because you never know about accessibility and all, right? But Vegas, I actually brought a power chair. I've actually been to Vegas like 7 times in 9 years.
Jeez. There you
I
go.
know. And yeah, so um, yeah, it's pretty accessible. Like pretty much every hotel, while on the strip, I know is pretty accessible. Like down the sidewalks, the hotels, the restaurants. Yeah, it's pretty accessible. Even the SkyTrain or the transit there, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Man, you've been there 7 fucking times, so there's a reason that you're going back. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, where I am, it's Calgary to Vegas is just a short 2 to 3 hour flight, so it's pretty cheap. And Vegas is pretty hot and accessible, and lots of things are happening there. So, like, I go to like a music festivals there. Have you heard of EDC? I'm sure
no,
you
I
have.
haven't heard of ESC, but I know that I've heard that. What was the fucking? You went to the festival in Toronto that we always have here.
Digital Dreams, but then
Digital
it became,
Dreams.
yep.
Okay. Okay.
So it's similar to that, but Vegas is like 10 times more people and more wild and more
For sure.
crazy.
For sure. It's the States, man. They can go all out, baby. It's Vegas, right? Right. I'm sure you've had some awesome times out there. You did skydiving out there, right?
Yeah.
What was that like? What was skydiving like as a quadriplegic?
It was pretty scary. Like obviously because I have no legs and no movement of my foot. Because when you land, you're supposed to like try to brace yourself.
Hmm.
So I could not do that. So obviously I went tandem with one of the experienced divers there, and what he did was he kind of tied my legs so that when we're about to land, he would pull on the strap so that my legs don't drag on the grass on the floor. And then I put a whole bunch of pillows on my butt area so that I don't like scrape my butt going down. So yeah, if you look at the pictures, my butt was pretty big because we stuffed a couple pillows.
Oh, in
And
your suit.
yeah.
That's hilarious, man. Bro, in the end of the day, what the fuck's gonna happen? You're gonna get more crippled? Fuck it. It's either gonna die or you know what I mean? Let's do this. Like, I'm so down.
Yeah, I went with some friends that did that got sponsored, so we didn't have to like worry about the cost or anything.
Oh way. So these guys, what do you mean by sponsored?
Yeah.
What do you mean by sponsored? How did they get sponsored? What do you mean?
Because my friend was a blogger too, and he was Tyson, and he arranged everything. So our whole weekend was pretty much sponsored. So everything we did, we had to like take pictures and film everything and put it on his
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So as long as you just did your content for them, like they just want the they just want the exposure, right?
Exactly.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah, it's just it was just amazing. Like you feel like you're just it's like because I'm always either in a chair strapped somewhere. So out there, there's out in the air, there's nothing around you. You're just floating down and just it was just amazing. Scary though, but amazing.
Did you go to school at all?
Yeah, I went to the university right after my accident because I was on my way to school when I had my accident.
Yep,
right?
yeah.
So I think I took about two years off because of therapy and trying to get back to school. I ended up graduating in 2005, and then I started working from 2006 to 2008.
Doing what?
And then got I was working at an insurance company.
Okay, so you went to school to be an insurance broker, kind of thing.
Well, a graduate with a math degree, and then just something in that range.
Right, right.
Then I got a job from 2006 to 8, but then the economy in Calgary was like really bad, so half the staff got laid off, and I was part of the half. So then, since 2009, I started traveling, and then in the last since 2009 until 2019, because 2020 wasn't really traveling. So for those 10 years, I've been to like 29 countries.
That's amazing. So when you think back to all these countries that you've been, do you have like a pretty good memory of everything? Because I don't have a very good memory.
Well, not so much as the first few, but The later ones, obviously, because initially when I started traveling, I didn't take as many photos. I didn't bother, documenting as much, But afterwards, yeah, once I started the blog, I got more photos. I try to take, more note of everything I've been, wherever I've been.
Yeah, what made you want to blog? What got you like vlog?
Uh,
Like you blog, vlog?
well, seeing other people like online blogging, and also the buddies I went to Vegas with to do the skydiving and stuff. So they did they had a blog. So then they're like, hey, maybe you should get into a blog. Try to get other companies to sponsor you, do this, to do that. So after my trip with them, it made me really want to start one.
Yeah, man, that's inspiration. Your buddies inspired you to, like not only travel, but like do vlogs too. Like you're doing amazing things by being a disabled person and like seeing how accessible certain places are. With all these places, like when I was talking to my friends prior to this, I was looking through some of the places you've been. I was like, man, like I like went to the Great Wall of China and shit. Like this is awesome. Like I would love to do it.
It seems really impossible almost.
Yeah.
But they had to literally carry me up a bunch of steps. Like I can't remember because I didn't have as many photos back then, but there was a lot of steps and it was a lot of work. I know that.
Okay, so your friends were really helpful there, eh?
Yeah, so I went with two buddies. Plus, I think the tour guide person helped us. Plus, strangers. Sometimes when you people struggling with a wheelchair,
Hell
they come
yeah.
to help. Yeah.
Man,
So
I would absolutely help a dude in a wheelchair, but I would only do it if they asked for the help. You know what I mean? I would just go grab somebody and be like, "Let's fucking go, buddy." You know what I mean? Like,
no. People are like, hey, do you need, try to like motion like, hey, maybe we'll help. Obviously, yeah, we took the help.
for sure, man. Taking it easy off your back, right? No, that's freaking awesome, dude. Like, I love that. I love that you've got buddies that are close like that, and like you guys are probably out there doing some crazy shit. Y'all got like tattoos or something cool out there? You got a tattoo at all?
Yeah, I got the first tattoo in 2015 when a friend of mine went to Vegas for EDC, the Electric Daisy.
Yep.
You can look it up, the big rave there. So in that, and then also in 2018 when I went to Vietnam, I got a tattoo to celebrate, going back to my home.
Back home, yeah.
Exactly. So yep, just two small little wrist tattoos. That's all.
Very cool. Did you grow up in Calgary? Like, so you've never been to Vietnam until you went and visited?
No, I was born in Vietnam, and then I left when I was about 3 or so.
Okay.
3 years old, and went to Canada, to Edmonton, and then to Calgary, and then never been back since until 2018.
Wow.
That was actually a dream of mine because you want to go back to where you were born, right? But I knew it was like going to be tough because Vietnam is kind of poor, and then the accessibility was bad. But again, I brought a strong buddy and his girlfriend, and then another girl came with us. So the four of us, we made it work.
Dude, so awesome. Like, I was gonna ask you what your ideal perfect vacation was. Would that be it, or is that more of just a dream?
So,
right.
Vietnam was one of them because
right.
that was my home country for sure. And then I don't know, Machu Picchu was, which I already did. The Great Wall of China, which I already did. Egypt, which I already did too.
Yo, anybody listening to this, like, are you actually listening to this right now? This guy he's just like fucking just throwing out random shit. Like, it's insane. Like, I don't know. That's crazy, dude. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Dubai, I already did. Thailand, India, Yeah, all of those I really did.
When it comes to flying, like, what do you find is the most tough part about it? Because these are long flights. Like, you're not just doing a 2-3 hour flight all the time. Like, you're doing some seriously long flights every now and then.
Yes. Yeah, it's one thing I really worry about is like pressure sores and sitting.
Of course.
Because flights could be like 9 to 12 hour longs, So obviously I sit on my Roho cushion while I'm on the plane seat. And throughout the 9 to 12 hour flight, I get friends to either try to like lean me forward, lean me back, lean me forward, lift my leg up, slide me down, you know, try
That's
to
cool,
do
man.
that.
It is so wild. It is so wild, like how
It's worth it,
it
yeah.
is so worth it and so wild. Like you have
And every time you get like a stopover somewhere, I try to like lean back or try to lay on some chairs that on my side or something to get off the pressure points.
and that's another thing I didn't even think about, like layovers. There's tons of layovers. It's never just a direct flight, and if it is, it's so expensive. So you really try to sometimes save a penny here, and like go with the layover sometimes.
And sometimes I prefer like instead of more like a direct flight, I try to choose flights that are a bit shorter with more stopovers. That gives me a chance to like tilt back or lean and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't want to sit too long. Because in 2017 I had to do a flap surgery with really bad pressure sore. So because of all the traveling before, I just
Pressure sores are our biggest worry. When it comes to anything like that, like when it comes, there's so many different things like UTIs and all these fun bullshit little things, but like pressure sores can really become a serious thing. It really, really
yeah,
can.
not many people know about that either.
No,
Like
no.
I have to tell friends like I need to like move or I'll get a sore ass. Like, what are you talking about?
No, you're making me want to move right now. You make me want to just like, yeah.
Yeah, I like relax and tilted before I saw you and stuff. So.
Good. Do you have any feeling anywhere? Like, where is it the same where your paralysis is as your feeling is?
Yeah, from my chest and down, no feeling and no movement. So
Okay.
nipple and upwards, I have feeling there.
You've been in a chair for a long time. Have you ever really thought about being in a relationship, or is it more of just let's go on these these trips?
No, I have. I did have someone disabled meet me at the disabled sailing, and she had crutches and stuff, and it was okay. And then she moved after a couple of years, and other than then, it's just been me myself. And
You experienced that relationship. You said, you know what, this is neat and all, but it's not me. I really want to travel, and you've been exactly that.
Yeah. So
what's the next destination?
And it depends on like travel restrictions, because I do have like other music festivals I might be interested in, and then yeah, or just wherever, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the whole COVID right now, you can't really just pick a spot and go there, right? Like you really got to look into it and like what their restrictions are. Like it's almost not even worth it right now. You never know what's going on. Like you go to Texas and it's just like they're living free right now, and it's just come to Ontario and we're on full lockdown. Like Ontario is an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke right now. I don't know. So when you traveled all these different places, I'm assuming you tried all these different foods, right? Do you like different picky eater, or you like to kind of travel and try different things?
No, I like to eat all kind of food, but also I also try to be careful because being disabled, I just can't eat street food just like that, like regular people, because if there's an issue, I'll need to be by a bathroom or I'll control my calories and stuff.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. You gotta watch what you eat because
I make sure I bring like a lot of bowel medicine, like pills and stuff to make sure you don't have any accidents and issues.
Popping Tums like crazy out there.
Yeah.
That's funny. So what do you think you can't bring yourself to eat? Like when it comes to not even just like that, but when you travel?
Well, when I was in China, there were cats and dogs and stuff. I know.
Are you serious?
We were scared to give it a try, but I'm thinking about maybe now I would try it if I go back. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, they have cats, dogs, different insects and stuff.
If you could turn back time and tell your younger self about that, what would you not to say that to stop the accident, but to more prepare yourself even for that first couple years? Because I remember like I was in a rut. the first two and
Well,
two or so
I
years.
guess I would tell myself that, yeah, I guess life can still go on, and you can't really be depressed and just be stuck at home. I know a lot of people, they don't want to get out of the house after their accident or whatever.
Well, I mean, you end up being a hermit, and it's sort of like you get in this depression stage. I lived on the internet, not even so much social media wise, but just researching what the fuck happened to me, trying to figure out like what my life was going to be like. Because if I could go back and tell my younger self anything, it would be just to take these people's advice. Like I was so mad. Like I was just so mad. Like I couldn't believe what had happened to me. And I didn't listen to any of the OTs really and the PTs. Like I think if I were to go tell myself, it would be just chill out and like take these people's advice. I didn't really care about physiotherapy until the very end. And I really should have taken advantage of it prior. I was going through a breakup and stuff. And like, I really should have just been like, Brandon, fuck that chick, go for this physiotherapy because it's number one. And while you're in the hospital, you are like you need to take advantage of the hospital because you're being taken care of. And life is totally different on the outside world. It's doable, but it's different, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Who inspires you? Like you do a lot of traveling and you do the vlogs and stuff like that. Like, is there anybody that inspires you?
About traveling and stuff?
Well, just in general, just in life, right? Like you say, I don't know if your father's still around. Like maybe you father somebody, or like a famous person, like an artist. Like who do you like all these music festivals, right? Like who's your favorite artist when it comes to these types of things? You seem to like EDM and all these dope like beats, house beats and stuff like that, right? So
yeah, I don't know. My dad, I guess, and just other bloggers, I guess. I see on online, and I see how they travel, and it makes me want to travel more. I don't know.
hell yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I've only been since my accident, I've only been to Florida, and when we went, I flew there, and I met a buddy there, and we drove back home. It was like 17-hour drive home, so I'm never doing that again.
Oh, wow.
I'm never doing that again. As somebody that's got to sit, I'm just like in the car, just like literally the whole time, right? Like it was brutal. It was brutal, and I don't know. Like I think I have the advantage that I can kind of feel my butt a little bit, so I know when things are getting a little bit irritated. But even so, like it was really tough, and like the first time flying was cool. But I remember getting on the flight. It was like I'm the first one on the flight. And I'm a bigger dude. Like I'm 6'1", like 250. Like I'm a big dude. So this girl's trying. Yeah, I'm a big dude. So this girl's trying to like push me up in this like super skinny. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
the aisle chair.
The aisle chair, right? So you're getting through there, and I'm trying to like squish my fat thighs, and she's like, she can't even push me up the ramp. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like trying to pull and help her. I'm like, it felt so embarrassing because like I'm holding up. I'm holding the flight. I'm the first one on the flight, right? And then you're the last one off, right? And the whole time I'm sitting there like, well, what about bathroom? Like when you were on the flight, you had to go to the bathroom. Like what was that like? You had to grab the aisle chair again?
Well, I use a leg bag, so we usually just empty it in either like an empty water bottle or an empty, drink container or whatever.
Right.
And then we kind of discreetly empty it, kind of
go to the bathroom. Yeah.
No, I stay in my seat and do it. I don't.
No, I mean them, like your buddies. Like your buddies probably go to the bathroom, like empty it out into the washroom or whatever.
Yeah, empty it out there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's cool, man. I think moral of the story when it comes to this whole podcast is that if you're going to be disabled and traveling, make sure that you have not only somebody with you, but somebody that's strong and willing to help you no matter what. You need a finger in the ass. You need to take a shit. You know what I mean? If you need to up these stairs, you need help getting up these stairs, bro. Like you want to see stuff. And I think that I've surrounded myself with that right amount of people too. And I'm really happy that you have. I really, I was not expecting this at all. You definitely blew my mind with some of the things you do. And I really hope to have you on this podcast again, bro, because you blew my mind. Yeah. So we do one thing towards the end of the podcast. At the very end of the podcast, we do a would you rather segment. And I'm trying to think of which one you would rather. So Would you rather be a deep sea diver, right? Or an astronaut? Like, if you had to see one thing, would you rather see space or the sea? Because these are two different things, man. Space, yeah.
I don't think I would. The water would be good for me.
Right.
Space would be cool.
Yeah. You want to go fucking you? That'd be sweet. Zero gravity, man. It doesn't matter if you're paralyzed, bro. It doesn't matter.
I would rather do that. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that'd be sick, man. That'd be sick.
The first disabled person to do that.
True. I didn't think about that either. First disabled person in space. Alan Vuong. Man, thank you so much for coming by. I actually love this. Like I said, I was very surprised. Just your story and like up on it just even before podcast started. I was like, wow, this guy blows my mind. So I'm gonna keep in contact with you, and I hope that you can get the traveling going and whatnot. Sure. Yeah.
As soon as COVID is restrictions allow us to travel, I'm doing it either this summer or later this year.
Okay. So let's get you a little plug in here. Where can the people find you?
Okay. My website is www.atvyyc.net, and then it links to all my Facebook and my Instagram and my YouTube.
Very cool, man. And here it is right here. He has every single place he's been to, the Grey Motel in Mumbai, India. And you can go through this, and like I said, there's 22 pages of just him traveling and all of his vlog stuff and the places that he's been. It is amazing. Machu Picchu. It doesn't stop, 10 reasons why you should go on a cruise. Very, very insightful, very informational shit. I love it. Your Instagram is awesome. Your Instagram is accessible_travels_vacations. And yeah, this is where I found you at, and this is awesome, dude. I love how informative you are here in this. Fucking right, man. I'm happy. Very happy. I'll have a great day, Alan. And I will have you on this again. It was nice to meet you.
And I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Take care, my friend.
Have a good one.